All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Hey, the Prince, it's got a chance. I'm telling you, it's got a chance to be a finalist. I don't think there's any question about it. Michael Pineda has been outstanding. The promise, it's not been totally delivered, but he is well on his way, Mike. He has been outstanding, and that last outing against Kansas City was a real good one.
He was in command of everything. And you think about the Kansas City Royals, well, maybe not one of the better teams. Actually, going into this game, they were leading the American League in hitting, and they had been a hot club, and Pineda just went to work on him. Again, above-average fastball. He was at 98 miles an hour. As you look at that one right there to Gordon, a hot hitter in the league, and then the slider. But I think more than anything, it's the command of his pitches that we're seeing him as he goes out every time, gets better and better and better. This kid, I tell you what, he's going to be something special to watch all year long.
Are still cut above the rest where Michael Pineda ranks among rookies, his peers.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers, and again, I don't think that's going to change. He's going to be first or second down the line all year long, as long as he stays healthy. And the reason why you can say that, Dave, is not just the plus stuff, but his command of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Across the board, everybody you talk to, from the pitching coach and the manager and other players, that's what they talk about, is the command. Not a bad backup system here as you go. You lead with Felix, you come back with Pineda. It could be a 1-2 punch that the Mariners have for a lot of years. That is the hope. Felix looked good last night. He was thrilled to get a win. Now, can Michael Pineda piggyback on that effort tonight against the Athletics? We'll find out coming up in a few minutes.
Better ideas, better banking. By the fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Quest. And by the Emerald Queen Casino. Do you love to rock and roll? Well, they're going to love this. Joan Jett, May 21st. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Hi, friends. Angie Bensink here at the Northwest Ford Sports Desk up at Lookout Landing. Happy Earth Day, everybody. And in her honor, the Mariners made it their goal to make tonight's game carbon neutral. And they reached that goal. Back in 2008, they did it for the first time, becoming the first major league club to pull it off. It's amazing that they are diverting over 900,000 pounds of peanut shells, leftover hot dogs, etc., compostable plates, cups, as well as grass clippings. It's all going to Cedar Grove Composting, and 5,000 fans will leave tonight's game with a bag of that compost. Hey, after all, they did help make it. Well, the players are in on the idea today. Tonight, Michael Pineda and the boys have their Northwest green jerseys on. He is just about set for his first career start against the A's. Are you ready to root? It's next.
Looking at the world-renowned Space Needle. Come on downtown past the Smith Tower and the King Street Station. Come on into Safeco Field tonight. It's an experience as Michael Pineda will take the mound against the Oakland Athletics. Game 2 of a 4-game set. This is Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims along with Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew on a cool, cloudy night. Mostly sunny night for the most part with a blue sky, but it's cold. We'll talk about that as we develop this particular storyline. Michael Pineda. And Mike, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Oakland Athletics.
Okay, thank you, Dave. And for Bob Guerin and the Athletics, it'll be Coco Crisp. You want to keep him off the bases. He likes to run. Josh Willingham hits fourth. He had a couple of hits in last night's ball game. Hideki Matsui back in the game. He did not start last night. He will hit fifth. And then Kevin Kuzman off the third baseman will hit eighth. Take a look at the numbers for Michael here early in the season. Off to a great start. 2.33 ERA. Opponent's average just 197. And the defense behind him. Milton Bradley back in the lineup. Missed a couple of days. Has not been feeling well. Ryan Langerhand's out in center. Adam Kennedy over at first made about 3 or 4 nice plays in last night's ball game, along with a home run, and then Miguel Olivo will be behind the plate.
Well, here we go. First pitch of the ball game, and it is a called strike one to Coco Crisp. .54 degrees here on this Friday night. Good Friday here in Seattle. Crisp, little looper. Bill Bradley takes care of it. Mike, you got to talk about this. It's cold, it's 54, it's windy, gusty. You're a batter, you're up at the plate, you get a guy throwing 95, 98. Eyes are tearing up, and you got some work to do.
Not familiar with him. Not sure what he's going to do. Yes, it's a tough time, especially the first time through the lineup for the A's. They haven't seen Michael, and it'll be a rough go for them, I think, the first time through. And you're right, the wind tonight blowing right in their eyes.
And the same thing's going to hold true for the Mariners, because they've not seen 6'6" Tyson Ross either. There's Derek Barton, who was originally in last night's lineup, was a scratch, came on and asked the pinch hit in the 8th inning and struck out. First pitch swinging. The guy that led the American League in walks last year, strike one. So coming in strong from left field. Going to be a factor here tonight. Another factor you mentioned, seeing him for the first time, seeing Tyson Ross for the first time. A little bit of tape out there for him as the American flag really getting work out tonight. It's not easy. 1-1. Next ball for strike 1 and 2.
No, they'll look at the videotape and they'll get a scouting report from the hitting coach and go over whatever it is that they have. But there's nothing to replace standing in that batter's box for the first time. And as we've talked about before with Michael, he can be an intimidating figure out there on the mound.
There's this slider. It was a beauty. Called strike 3 on Barton. 2 outs here in the first.
Again, one of the impressive things with Michael is he has good command of his fastball and his slider. He'll throw that pitch off the plate in the dirt when he wants to. This little backdoor slider to get Barton.
I'm going to bring up David DeJesus. Always enjoyed talking with pitching coach Carl Willis. Carl, what are we looking for from Pineda tonight? Pump that 98, Dave. Pump that 98.
It's always nice to have that, isn't it?
The slider's much improved. He's been keeping it down. It's got some depth to it. That's what Carl said. DeJesus in right field, 1 for 3 last night. Corey Blazer calling balls and strikes. Ed Rapuano, the crew chief, at first. Brian O'Nora at second, and Ed Hickox is at third. Two and one.
What else is unusual about Michael? When there aren't any runners on, he actually has a full windup. You don't see pitchers nowadays bring their hands up over their head like they used to. It used to be really common, but nowadays you don't see it as often.
Well, that's why I felt like I was in a time warp, huh?
Yeah, it's neat. And again, 6'7", you have to keep everything together to throw as many strikes as he does. Does a nice job.
Back through the middle, David DeJesus got it off the label and got it enough to get it through for a base hit.
Like he jams him with a slider, gets it in on his hands. Jack Wilson was playing over in the hole where he should be, but DeJesus just fights it off.
There's Adam Kennedy. Adam with some pop the last 2 days. Home run yesterday, the difference. 1-0 win. Here's Josh Willingham, the left fielder. Michael Pineda out of Uguate in the Dominican Republic. 6'5", 267, going against Josh Willingham, veteran outfielder. Mariners pitcher of the year last season in the organization, minor leagues. Michael Pineda. There's a strike. West Tennessee and Tacoma stops for Pineda last year, 11-4. 3.36 ERA. Oh, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss by Willingham. Play with Willingham straight away. Here's the 1-2. Olivo set up outside, and he hit the target, struck him out. The 2 Ks in the first inning for big Michael Pineda. Gives up just a base hit, nothing across as the sun beginning to set on Puget Sound. Ichiro will lead it off when we come back. The Mariners. Let's take a look at the rest of the Mariners batting order that will face Tyson Ross.
And Ichiro and Figgins will get things going for the Mariners tonight. Try to steal a couple of runs with those guys. Adam Kennedy has homered in a couple of games. See if he can make it game number 3 tonight. And Ryan Langerhans will hit 7. Tyson Ross. Been out of the bullpen. It's done a nice job for him. But a big arm. Will throw hard. 5 innings. 6 strikeouts for him. Opponent's average just .222.
Tyson Ross gets a play for his hometown 9. Born in Berkeley, lives in Oakland. How about the difference in styles with Ross? He's pretty much straight up, not much of a strider, but still he's been clocked in the mid-90s. To Ichiro. Ichiro 0 for last night. 2 infield outs and reached on a fielder's choice. Using a high strike, 2-1. Tyson Ross out of Oakland's Bishop O'Dowd High School in the shadow of the Coliseum in Oakland. All Pac-10 performer for 2 years at the University of California at Berkeley. 2-1. Foot race time. Who wins? Ichiro. So a base hit for Ichiro to get the home first started.
Ichiro with a swinging bunt right down the first base line. tough play, comes across the runner. And I think Bart probably couldn't see the ball till it was right on top of him because of Ichiro trying to throw it over the top of him. That'll be a base hit.
So Ichiro's aboard. Here comes Sean Figgins. Certainly not a cold weather ball player. Maybe that's part of the reason why he's hitting a .169. Shows bunt, fouls it off. Figgins, you know, had the great second half last season. Tyson Ross made the A's roster last year in spring training as a long shot. Had him in the bullpen, then had to make a start when Justin Duxer went down in Anaheim in May. Did pretty well for 3 1/3. Comes away with that 2010 record of 1-4 with a 5.49 ERA. He's out there now with Dallas Braden on the DL. Ichiro takes off, swung on right to Barton. He'll get the one out. Right at him. Tough luck for Figgins, but Ichiro gets a second.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Tyson Ross this evening. In the outfield, you have Willingham, Crisp, and De Jesus. And on the infield, Pennington and Ellis. Pretty nice double play combination. Barton back in the lineup after missing last night's game, and Suzuki will catch tonight.
Speaking of back in the lineup, here's Milton Bradley. Stomach problems last night, maybe 24-hour flu. Ready to go here this evening. Hitting .250, 2 home runs and 10 runs batted in. Milton, the club RBI leader. And his 2 home runs put him behind club leader Ryan Langerhans by 1. One to Milton.
When you look at Ross and limited starting and pitching out of the pen, throws hard. The Mariners, I think, have to be a little bit patient and just stay on his fastball until he proves he can get his breaking ball over.
Ball and a strike to Bradley. It's not every day you get both starting pitchers are 6'6" and taller. You got a couple of power forwards out there. Ichiro's in second with 1 out. Bradley had a good spring down in Arizona. Numbers right now at .250, 2 home runs and 10 RBI. 2-1. This kid's all arm. Interesting watching his delivery.
You watch his stride. Ball gets in on you in a hurry, but it doesn't look like he's overthrowing it all.
3-1 to Milton Bradley. Runner goes. Throw by Suzuki. Offline. Kuzminoff saved a run. Stolen base, Ichiro. Bradley walks. And the Mariners have runners at the corners. 1 out for Jack Cust.
Ross isn't very quick to home. A nice play by Kuzminoff. That ball either ends up in left field or hits Ichiro.
Jack Cuss, real slow start at 185, no homers and 6 runs batted in. First time the Mariners are seeing Ross. First time the A's are seeing Pineda. Ball 1. Infield a double play depth for the Athletics. You figure you see that play work once a year? It's twice tops.
Yeah, probably twice.
Want to know to Cust. Kurt Suzuki. He's going to have to talk to his young right hand.
Especially nowadays, because I don't think the pitchers try to sell it at all. It's almost like they get the sign to make that move and they're irritated by it.
Go through the motions.
Yeah,
let's get it done.
Yeah, let's move on to the next pitch, please.
Get it on the board here. I did what you wanted. It's like the honey-do list. Okay, you do it. Maybe not with a lot of enthusiasm, but you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Two 2-0 to Cust. Slow ground ball. Bradley's erased, and so is Cust, inning over. Mariners get runners at the corners and get a 0. To the second inning we go. Savings and a free MLB fan guide. It's compliments of Scott's. Breezy night here at Safeco Field. Second of a 4-game set, and this guy bundled up, wide-eyed, still raring to go here at 7:30 Pacific time. Hideki Matsui, Kurt Suzuki, and Mark Ellis 5, 6, and 7 against Michael Pineda. There we get King Felix. You like Prince Pineda yet? Or maybe that's something you'll hang on him later as it gets deeper into the season?
Yeah.
Some people like El Nino. I like big son of a gun who throws 98.
Throws up zeros.
Nice kid, too. Got his driver's license today. Shannon Dreyer on Mariner Radio did a nice report on that. Boy, his enthusiasm is tremendous. It's infectious. So proud of himself. 1-1. Well, you talking about a raw rookie against an established veteran. And Matsui has got numbers in this ballpark. Deep Buckler, 2-2. Matsui hit one here last year. It was a laser shot. Lower stands. Hardly any hang time. A bullet. With the Angels last year. 2-2.
People call him Godzilla anymore.
Yeah,
that was
I never. That was not a warm and fuzzy nickname. I'll tell you that.
Well, I've played over in Japan and played against him, and that was all you saw all over the place.
Up high. First walk issued by Pineda. He was banging out, what, 30, 40 homers?
50.
50 when you're over there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of jacks.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the Mariners, A's, and Boeing will honor current and past members of the United States military at Salute to Armed Forces Night. Special pregame ceremony starts at 5:30, recognizing the accomplishments and sacrifices of these wonderful men and women. Following the game, 20,000 fans take home a special military coin. Get your tickets at mariners.com. The always tough Kurt Suzuki. It's off to a slow start at 228. Strike one from Pineda. You can tell Matsui's in town because the Japanese media contingent doubled both he and Ichiro here in this contest. Warwick out, Corey Blazer. Strike two. Felix Hernandez. Remember last night he was walking around the mountain. I said, what were you saying? He says, I'm saying you've stunk the last couple of games. Let's get a win here.
Well, he did.
Good job.
What a performance, yeah.
Didn't get too upset. He said the umpire last night was consistent on some of the pitches. Ed Hickox pitches he thought he could have had in the outside corner. Suzuki's able to hold up. Ball and 2 strikes. Working from right in the middle of the rubber. 1-2 to Suzuki. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kurt 0 for 3 last night. Field set for 2. 2-2 to Suzuki. Bounced up there. Miguel couldn't follow it. Now, when you're in Japan, Matsui was a pretty good runner.
Yeah, he would steal bases, ran well. Don't see that anymore. DH for the most part now. Yeah, good outfielder too.
Really good wing on him.
Yeah, pretty good arm. Covered a lot of ground.
Had a heck of a career. Great career. World Series MVP for the Yankees a couple of years ago.
He's been a clutch performer since he's come over here.
Right?
Yeah. Never had monster numbers, but if he needed a big hit, he seemed like he would always be the guy to get it.
3-2 pitch. Runner goes. Swung on and fouled straight back.
Tell you what, that last fastball, 95 miles an hour. It looks like it's getting up there quicker than that.
Talking about Matsui. His combined Major League and Japanese League totals coming into this year, 493 home runs.
There you go.
Do it again. 3-2 to Kurt Suzuki. Matsui takes off. The pitch is outside. Suzuki walks. So back-to-back walks by Pineda. Runners at first and second. Take a look at our Geico quote. Connor Jackson on Felix Hernandez last night. Don't miss a good pitch, but because you're probably not going to see one again. He was just mixing up everything and not leaving much of the plate. It's nasty stuff. As Felix is telling me, he says, listen, all the pitches were working, and he was especially pleased to get the slider back to where he wanted it to be.
I think Connor is right. Last night I made the comment a couple of times. You didn't see too many pitches in the middle of the plate when he was missing. He was missing right off the corners, on the edges. Really had nice command.
Mark Ellis, second baseman, hitting .231. Fastball away, ball one. Figgins was in a step on the grass. Third base. Figgins, Ryan, Wilson, and Kennedy in the infield for the Mariners. Bradley, Langer, Hans, and Ichiro in the outfield. Popped it up, but out of play. Another thing, when you talk to people Mariner clubhouse about Pineda, the command, the poise, he's unruffled and loves to compete. 1-1 to Ellis. Also said, Oakland's generally a very patient team. It's going to be interesting to see how they play it. First time seeing Pineda. Strike three, throw down to first. Back in time is Suzuki. And you talk about a heater to Ellis. One out, third strikeout for Pineda.
Well, the patience will come if Pineda walks people, which he's done in this inning, a couple of walks, but if he shows that he can command the strike zone, they're not going to wait around. You don't want to fall behind a guy that can throw 97 miles an hour, as you see Adam Kennedy coming in, trying to make a snap tag throw behind the runner. Suzuki would be able to get back in there in good shape. Adam actually, fortunately, he didn't roll an ankle.
It's Kevin Kuzminov. Strike one. The crush in Russian. We're using our Ultra Mo camera tonight, similar to what you've seen at ballparks around baseball, and now it's right here at Safeco Field. The frame rate is 480 frames per second as opposed to the typical 60 frames per second, and I'm going to bring you a lot sharper video of moving action. Balls in bats, pitcher releasing the baseball. The 0-1 here to Kuzminov. Levo hopping around very nicely back there. 1-1. Double play gets a big fella out of this. First and second. Kuzminov getting just $1.92. The fifth. Foul back, 1-2. All 2 strikes to Kuzminov. 2 on. Breaking ball.
Well located slider. Kuzminov barely gets a piece of it off the end of the bat. So difficult. You can see the slider at 82, fastball at 95 to 97 miles an hour. keep your hands back long enough to hang in there with the slider.
One-two. Couldn't hold it. Struck him out. Fourth strikeout for Pineda. 2 outs here in the second inning.
Back-to-back sliders. Kuzmanov definitely went out in front.
With Pennington now, the 9-hole hitting shortstop with 2 on 2 out. Carl Willis definitely impressed with this young Michael Pineda. Strike one to Pennington. Pennington 2 for 3 last night. Singled the center in the 3rd and the 8th. Pitch is outside. 1-1.
Looked like a changeup, one of the few changeups that we've seen him throw. 88 miles an hour.
One and two.
He's at 96 above the belt. They're not going to have a chance. 40 pitches, so the A's are getting his pitch count up in this inning. 40 pitches. It's a lot for 2 innings.
See if they can dispose of Pennington here. 1 and 2, 2 out, 2 on. Down low. He did not go as they appeal down to third base at Hickox. Counts even at 2 and 2.
Didn't let the barrel get ahead of his hands, did he?
Nope. Good job. Pretty tough getting a feel out there on a chilling, windy night like this.
Yeah. Tough to hold up on a pitch like that, too. You almost have to be committed and let it go. Nice job of checking his swing.
Juice is wild here. Pitch from Pineda. Fouled off again. Part of the Friday night crowd here at Safeco Field. Blustery night. Two and two. Line hard and foul. Oh, and the fan had it right in his glove and dropped it. He was waiting for it. He had the glove, had it, dropped it.
That's clearly an error.
E-fan. Charitable ball girl. Could have been a contender. Could have been a contender, but he did protect the family. Yes, he did. His man card is still good to go. Two. This is a battle here.
Eighth pitch coming up. Pennington's seen a little bit of everything. That's his changeup at 88 miles an hour.
Nice to have a veteran presence like Miguel Oliva to go out there and talk to the rookie Eric Wedge. Watching his big young right-hander. Wedge said that Justin Smoke, he joined the ball club in Detroit on Tuesday. On bereavement leave right now. Sorry for the passing of his dad. 2-2 to Pennington. Dribbler down to Adam Kennedy. Puts it away, and that'll do it. They did get that pitch count up, but Pineda does not allow a run after walking the first 2 men. No score here at Safeco.
Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Back here at Safeco Field, bottom of the 2nd inning, Kennedy, Olivo, and Langerhans. Adam Kennedy, home runs in his last 2 games. Game winner yesterday. Eric Wedge talking about Kennedy's a pro, and he treats every day with a great approach. Good athlete, knows the game as well as anybody, and he yanked this one out of here, and that was all Felix Hernandez needed. Got that championship heartbeat, said Wedge, that goes a long way.
The thing that we've noticed first 20 games of the season when Adam has had an opportunity to play is he's aggressive in the strike zone. If he gets a fastball early, he'll jump on it.
3-1, Adam. Miguel Olivo is on deck. 3-1, back up the middle, base hit for Adam Kennedy. Best batting average on the ball club just got a little bit better. Down 1 for 3 last night.
And again, aggressive in the strike zone. 3-1 count. Tyson Ross throwing a lot of fastballs. This one middle away, just shoots it back up the middle.
Here's Miguel Olivo hitting just 182. Fouls this one back. Miguel 0 for 3 last night. Four days ago, he snapped an 0 for 28. Trying to get something going.
And those are really tough early in the season. Never like to go through it, but early in the year, it's tough to go through.
Back-to-back innings now for the Mariners, getting the leadoff man aboard. 2-2 to Olivo. Mariners have 4 hitters below 200 in the lineup tonight. Figgins, Cust, Olivo, and Langerhans. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of, maybe you'll see the revisit big offensive explosion, maybe not to that degree from Tuesday night, but certainly the Mariners would like to be in a position where they're better than 224 as a team and up those run per game numbers.
And that'll be something that they have to get better. And I think the main thing with them is it's just men in scoring position. Dave, do a better job of hitting with men in scoring position. Because they're walking so much, they're having opportunities. You just have to cash them in at a better rate than they have been here early in the season.
244, less than 2 outs, with 2 outs 139, and overall 198. Chris Chambliss, the hitting coach. Not for lack of effort, that's for sure. 2-2 to Olivo. Popped it up, and it's playable. Ellis makes the catch, 1 out. During select Mariner home games this season, save $5 per seat per game and enjoy $2 hot dogs and special Mariners team store discounts. The next value night here at Safeco Field is Tuesday, May 3rd, when the Mariners return to face the Rangers. For tickets, visit mariners.com/specials. As the sun peeking through, those folks in center field getting the last bit of sunlight on this Friday, April 22nd. Speaking of the Rangers, they lead 11-6 at home against Kansas City in the 8th. There's Ryan Langerhans. Ball 1 to Ryan. Ryan played 4 days ago against Detroit, went 0 for 3. Leads the team in home runs with 3. Langerhans so far in the early season, total of 4 hits, and 3 have been long balls. How about that? Scoring 3.5 runs per ball game. 2-0. 3-0. Nice backhand by Suzuki. Talking to Suzuki about his young pitcher Tyson Ross. Had good arms, sinker, fastball, attacks the strike zone. Likes to put people away with his slider. Real calm, very good competitor, and a terrific athlete.
Right now he's having a tough time commanding his fastball. 28 pitches for him, 11 strikes, 17 balls.
Langerhans 3-0. And he takes another walk. And Langerhans has had his share of passes. That's number 10. That is 3rd on the ball club. Cust with 13, Smoke with 11, and now Langerhans with 10 walks. Mariners leading American League in 3 passes. Romantic, Washington native, took over the pitching coach duties. Kurt Young, who went to Boston. Romantic had been the bullpen coach in the last 3 years.
Like it was a direct conversation.
Yeah.
I think he's seeing the same numbers.
Browns originally out of Bellevue. That's in Fountain Hills, Arizona. 2 on here for the Mariners.
Problem for the A's is with Tyson out there is he hasn't been extended with his pitch count. So they try to get him as deep as he can in the game. Otherwise, you'll end up killing your bullpen. Right now, this will be pitch number 30 for him.
Brendan Ryan. It's on right down the middle, strike one. Brendan a little bit ticked off about taking that first pitch. I can tell. We talked about this a couple of days ago. He is not pleased with himself a few times. He said, man, I have taken a few right over the plate. And it's symptomatic of a few other guys as well. 1-1. Adam Kennedy, base hit. He's at second. Got the second on the walk of Langerhans. Kids, the young guy nibbling.
Yeah, and I thought, you watched Ron Romanek, the pitching coach, going out there, and again, I think he was pretty direct, and that is you have to throw more strikes, especially this year with the Mariners coming in. You have your scouting reports now. You're 20 games into it. Club should know this has been a patient team. They're going to make you throw the ball over the plate.
Popped up. Barton's got to play. 2 outs. First inning. Mariners had runners at first and third and hit into a double play. Ended the inning. Now here with 2 outs, they have first and second. Chance for Jack Wilson. Strike one.
Seeing a lot of first pitch fastballs. Jack hitting ninth. There he take a shot at jumping on a first pitch fastball and change things up on him. Suzuki, the catcher, calling for a slider.
Backhand, couldn't get it. Pennington, they're going to wave around Kennedy. No throw. Mariners have a 1-0 lead. RBI single for Jack Wilson. A clutch 2-out base hit for the Mariners. Jack's second RBI this season.
And this is what we were talking about, Dave. Picking up the runners when you get them out there. Jack gets a fastball up, belt tied right in the middle of the plate. Pennington not able to come up with it. Adam Kennedy out of second base had a nice jump. No chance to throw him out at the plate.
Chance for Ichiro to pick up another run or two here with 2 outs in the second inning. Ready to add to the itchy meter. Get a hold of one, maybe drive something here with 2 outs and 2 on.
Right center field's wide open for him.
Now he's heading to count 2-0.
You can see Coco Chris, the center fielder, shading out towards left field. Looks like De Jesus and Rice playing him straight up, so there's a nice gap in right center.
Run as long as you want to run. Get it out there. 2-0, 2 out, 2 on, a run in. Hold it, but bounced it to Barton. That'll do it. Mariners get a run on 2 hits and leave a runner. 1-0 Seattle. Sports. Mariners lead at 1-0. Time for our AT&T trivia question. Which one of the following daily Earth-related statements are not true? Like Bud Collier here. 50,000 acres of forest are eliminated. B, the world's population grows by 211,000 people. 40,000 acres of land became desert, and 10 species became extinct. A, B, C, or D? To 95323. Which one of the following Earth Day related statements are not true? Well, you know, Mike, I've spent a lifetime watching Nat Geo. I should come up with this one, but Stan's going to wrestle the anaconda.
I'll go with D.
10 species became extinct. All right, not true.
Not true.
I'll go with A, 50,000 acres. No, I'm not going to go there because I know that's true. Yeah, you know, I'll stick with it. I'll go with A. All right, so results on your Root Sports station forthcoming. Cocoa Crisp, top of the order here in the third. Crisp flied out to left. Pineda struck out 4, walked 2. Threw a lot of pitches in the second inning, 30. Left 2 men on. Starting the second time around for the A's against Big Michael Pineda. So Michael Saunders takes over in left field. Milton Bradley, they'd had the stomach problems last night, must have clearly have reoccurred. Hopefully they'll get that taken care of. One, two. Took something off of that one. Jack Wilson gets an opportunity. Throws out Coco Crisp for the first out. Coco 0 for 2. First Little League day of the year. It's Saturday, May 7th. Mariners will be hosting the White Sox, and all kids 14 and under can add some Mariner artwork to their walls with a poster featuring first baseman Justin Smoke. It's thanks to Pepsi. Get your tickets at mariners.com. Derek Barton, he struck out looking at a 1-2 pitch. Slider for strike 1. Changeup, beg your pardon. Changeup's what he wants. He's working on to throw to left hand.
He's trying to. That's his third pitch at this point.
Come back with a heater at 96.
That's his best pitch. That's a good slider.
What a weapon.
That was his best fastball so far at 98 miles an hour.
Train's leaving on track 2. This one popped up. Jack Wilson taking charge. 2 outs. His confidence building, going through the first 2 guys in the batting order for the second time here in the third as we bring up David DeJesus. Single to center on a 2-2 pitch. Something else, boy.
It's starting to get loose right now.
Yeah.
He was 94, 95 in this inning. He's been 96, topped out at 98.
Flash ahead to say June. We'll catch a nice hot day back east in June. Hey, Skip, you really need me to go out and face this kid tonight? 1-1. Took something off of that. Adam Kennedy taking himself. Nice inning for Mr. Pineda. 1-2-3 in the third. A 1-0 Mariner lead coming up. Biggins, Bradley, and Cust. Top of the Athletics here. Game 2. 4 games set. First Oakland trip to Seattle as we take a look at the high-speed pitch brought to you by Quest. Both of these young men pretty amped up tonight on a chilly evening. Figgins tapped out to the first baseman. First at bat. Figgy takes it with him, and Ross makes the play.
Figgins, when he was bunting, he wanted to bunt that a little bit harder. You want to split the first baseman and the pitcher, but you have to bunt it hard enough to get it past the pitcher. You can see him almost pushing towards the ball. Unfortunately, he gets right at the top half of it and it bounces straight up in the air.
Milton Bradley was in the 3-hole. Lower back spasms KO'd him. Michael Saunders came out and played the top of the 3rd. Now he gets to swing the bat. And he looks at ball 1. Milton having a rough 36 hours. Stomach problems, now lower back issue. Bouncing ball, this one. Handled by Ellis. 2 outs.
And on a cold night, get him off the field and take care of that.
All right, so Jack Cust, 2-0 was the count his last time up. They had a slow roller, hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Second time seeing this kid aggressive first pitch, which we've seen a couple times.
And I think he was aggressive on the 2-0 pitch. The problem is the pitch was running away from him, and he just surrounded it a little bit. When you look at Jack, a little bit of an uppercut swing. Not a lot of room for error there. You really have to have things put together, and timing is a big deal for him.
2-0. Texas has taken out Kansas City 11-6 the final. Derek Holland wins. Beltre homered in that one, so did Napoli, a few others. Jack's ahead 2-0 again. Now 3-0.
A couple of hits on 3-0 pitches, why not? 2 outs, nobody on, give him a chance to see if he can lose one.
Gave it a shot, 3-1.
Let's take a look at it. He gets a fastball that's up, running away from him again. That time he lets it get a little bit deeper.
Kind of thing too. I like that. 3-0. We've seen a lot of that wedge and company turning loose.
If nothing else, he knows he's going to get a fastball there, 3-0. So may as well let him have a free, easy swing at it. You're absolutely right. Try to get him going.
3-2 now. Quick 2 outs here in the 3rd. Jack Wilson a 2-out. A 2-out single. Scores Adam Kennedy in the 2nd inning. It's the only run tonight. Kennedy had singled and walked, leading off that inning. 3-2 to Cust, 2 outs. Into the shortstop in that Jack Cust shift, and the Mariners are gone 1-2-3 in the 3rd, but lead it 1-0. starting to descend here in the Great 10 of Seattle. Our AT&T trivia question revisited. Which one of these daily Earth related statements are not true? Mike went with D. I went with A. Survey says D. Mike Blowers was right. Between 20 and 50, 500 species become extinct every day. With apologies to Richard Dawson. Fourth inning action. Josh Willingham, Hideki Matsui, and Kurt Suzuki. 4, 5, and 6 against Michael Pineda, who struck out 4, walked 2, and a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Pineda's given up a 1 hit. It was a 2-out single in the first to David DeJesus. Swing, be alive. 0-2. Boy, got the good seats there. And at 99, tried to take it out of Olivo's glove. Outside. It's pumping 99. It's 54 degrees and dropping.
Want to grab a bat?
No. He said emphatically as Willingham strikes out. You?
No, thank you. Take a look at Michael Pineda. We've talked a lot about his size. He has big hands, as you can imagine. And this right here is his fastball grip. It's a 4-seam fastball. You can see him gripped across the seams. And he just turns it loose. And that right there is 98 miles an hour for you.
Good luck on our Ultra Mo here at Root Sports at Safeco Field.
So that's a pretty standard fastball grip. Some guys will use a 2-seamer. He throws 4-seam fastballs.
That pitch seemed to have a little extra giddy up there. To Hideki Matsui, who walked in a 3-2 pitch leading off the second inning.
And then on his fastball, with the 4-seamer, it's going to be a little bit straighter. If you grab the 2-seam, some guys will do that. Usually they're not power pitchers, and they'll try to sink it a little bit more. That's what's so unusual about Felix. Felix can throw his fastball and really sink it with the velocity that he has. Is really unusual.
So Pineda on a cool night here in Seattle is pumping 98. I'm looking at the schedule here. Mariners now how it gets in Washington D.C. That could be interesting on a Washington night. Could be hitting triple digits. Regularity coming over Figgins. Does he have a play? Does he have a room? He's closing. Nice. He makes the play. Nicely done by Sean Figgins. Didn't give up on it. 2 outs.
Nice hustle play for Sean. I actually looked up. It's that time of the evening where it's tough. Sometimes you can lose it in the sky, but Sean sees it all the way. Comes in. Nice sliding catch on the track. Nice play. Home Depot doing more on defense. Sean Figgins tonight.
Good closing speed. 2 outs. 8 in a row retired by Pineda. I believe last night Jen told us that new dirt mixture down there. I think it makes it a little bit softer too in the warning track. Late swing by Suzuki, strike 1. That's a base hit. Got a hanger. And he sent it into right field with a second hit this evening. The other hit by DeJesus in the first.
We saw a chance to take a look at the grip of his fastball, and then on his breaking ball, I think this is because of the size of his hands. You can see his index finger off of the seams. This is how he spins it, and that's the reason why the velocity slider, a lot of guys are about 5 miles an hour difference. His is almost 15 that he takes off of his fastball, but you can see the amount of torque that he puts on it, and that ball is really spinning as he gets up to home plate. That's why he gets such a big break on it.
Center field, Langer hands. Easy inning. Mariners lead it by the count of 1-0. And Pineda get a chance with Ultra Mode to see him spin it.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, get the All-American Jack Combo with fries and a drink for only $4.99 plus tax. By AT&T. By Washington's Lottery. Play together, win together. And by Pizza Hut and the new Ultimate Stuffed Crust Pizza. Now get your favorite toppings and cheese baked right in the crust. And don't let those flags fool you, David Mike. It's so warm up here at Lookout Landing.
Well, you'll send a St. Bernard up there for you before long. 1-0 Mariners over the Athletics. Michael Pineda, 2-hitter through 4 innings. Jack Wilson gave him the 1-0 lead with the second inning 2-out RBI single, scoring this man, Adam Kennedy. Kennedy led off that inning with a base hit, walked, moved the second on a walk, and scored. Kennedy down the line. Barton takes care of it. 1 out. On Friday, May 6th, Mariners face the White Sox. First 25,000 fans they take home an Ichiro hit counter bobblehead. It's courtesy of Root Sports. It's a unique bobblehead that comes complete with a hit counter to track Ichiro's future milestones. Get your tickets at mariners.com/tickets. Miguel Olivo popped up to the second baseman his first time up. Angels playing the Red Sox, who are down in Anaheim. Boston leading 1-0 in the fourth. And Texas already checked in with a W. 11-6 over Kansas City. Two-0 to Miguel Olivo. During your time, did you see guys who came from Latin American countries, warm weather places, see a lot of guys struggle en masse like we're seeing here in the month of April in this cold month? As Olivo gets into one, going to deep center field, going back crisp. He's got room, about a foot on the track, 2 outs.
I don't think anybody is necessarily comfortable playing in cold weather. But if you think about it, these guys have spent their entire lives where it's been warm when they're playing, and that's why they play year-round. This has to be a little more difficult, I think, for them. Gave it a good ride, cool night, and Coco Chris, no problem, catches it right on the warning track.
You can do your own captions.
Frustrating.
Two outs for Ryan Langerhans. Langerhans walked in that second inning. Langerhans. Langerhans walked on 4 pitches his first time up. That's the first strike he's seen. Brendan Ryan waits. Full count. Mariners 1-0 victors last night, makes them 3-1 so far here in the early season against the Athletics. Three-two pitch and another walk for Langerhans. Twilight time here. Who was at the Platters about 1959, 1960. Twilight time. Look at him, Puget Sound.
Great shot.
Ron Romana coming out to speak with Tyson Ross. That is the 3rd walk issued by the young right-hander out of Oakland. Twice to Langerhans. Langerhans with that walk. He's got 2 tonight. 11 on the season. He's now tied for second with Smoke. Costa has 13 walks.
Well, really, for as bad as his splits are right now, his pitch count is okay. He's only at 61 pitches, 35 balls, 26 strikes.
Brendan Ryan took a first pitch strike dead down the middle his last time up. Let's see what happens here. Eventually fouled out to the first baseman, Barton. Away, ball 1. Two-0. You're playing defense and you got a young kid with talent and he just keeps nibbling and nibbling. It's making you nuts out. The rest of your defenders out there. Langerhans decent lead. This one popped up. Going back, Barton coming over Ellis. Barton. Oh, that's a wonderful catch. Well done. Mariners turned away. 4 in the books, 1-0 Seattle.
Geico Field. The Mariners getting ready for the 5th inning of play, up 1-0 against the A's. Hello, everyone. I'm Jen Mueller out with the left field fans out here getting ready to watch Michael Pineda go back out there. And, you know, big day for him yesterday. He gets his driver's license, and Brandon Leake said the entire team was trying to help him out, reminding him it's 10-2, Dave, but apparently it has changed to be 8-4, where your hands need to be on the steering wheel. And I'm not really sure how great they were at teaching. Nobody seems to want to get in the car with the rookie.
Here's the comebacker, knocked off of Pineda. No play as Kuzminov has an infield base hit.
It's down and away from him.
Caught him off balance.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it hit his glove or hit him on the leg. I don't think it was hit that hard to where it bothered him.
Third Oakland hit. One in the first, fourth, and this one here in the fifth. There's Cliff Pennington. Rounded out to Derek. Check that too, Adam Kennedy. His first time up. I think that was an example, and you've seen this many years at spring training. You always ask pitchers if when they follow through, you want to be in that fielding position, and it's not quite the way it used to be years ago. I mean, a lot of times you'd see guys, you know, pretty balanced up. He wasn't particularly balanced. He was coming all over to the side there.
And you see that more with power pitchers, which is what he is.
Bob Gibson did it all the time. Bob Gibson used to be the first of his follow through, but not too many bonded on him because he was such a superior athlete.
Think of a power pitcher that was usually in a good fielding position. I don't think I can come up with one.
I wouldn't imagine Mr. Ryan had that many comebackers. Certainly not of the turn to center. Sender bullet type back through the box. Not as hard as he threw. Infield a double play depth. Figgins in on the grass a touch. And misses. 2-1. Nobody finishes up like the old baseball cards. You know, you see the old baseball cards, the glove is up. And,
oh, yeah, the posing for the picture. Yeah.
Remember the
nobody.
Runner goes, slap foul. Remember when I first started going to games, you know, I kept looking for that guy to go and finish up with the glove up. It never happens.
No.
Even Bobby Shantz, as great as he was, going way back.
Greg Maddux was pretty good. I mean, as far as staying in a good fielding position, he has a lot of gold gloves to prove it.
8 bajillion gold, and Jim Cott too.
Jim Cott.
Jamie Moore pretty good at it as well. And this going to left field. Saunders does not have a play. Mitch Williams, he was in the dugout when he followed through.
Yes, he was. He almost spun all the way around. Long strider. You get way out there. It's tough to keep your balance when you're doing that.
He was dragging that back knee, wasn't he?
Oh.
Foul ball. I would say the two best fielding pitchers that come to mind immediately for me, and I had my eyes on them. You mentioned Greg Maddux and Jim Cott.
Best fielding pitcher I ever played with was Kenny Rogers.
Now, I remember you said that, and there's a lot of examples that flash in my mind right now. 2-2. Look out. Gets through. Runner advances. Count runs full on Pennington. Wild pitch. Gets Kuzminov down to second base.
Just cuts his legs off with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Unfortunately, Miguel wasn't able to handle it.
First wild pitch for Pineda. See how he bounces back. He's 3-2. Nobody out. Runner at second in a 1-0 game here in the 5th. Coco Crisp on deck. Two to Pennington. Took something up, and Ryan will have a play. Runner's going to advance to third. One out. Pac-10 baseball. It takes the field tomorrow from Corvallis. The third-ranked Oregon State Beavers play host to the Cougars of Washington State. First pitch at 2 p.m. right here on Root Sports. So an infield hit by Kuzminoff. He's wild pitch to second. Ground ball gets him to third. With one out, here's Coco Crisp. Pineda with 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Giving up 3 hits. Broken bat. Kennedy going to come home. Here's the play to play. Got him. Oh. Nice play by Adam Kennedy and Miguel Olivo. Close play. Here comes Bob Garrett. Home plate umpire is Corey Blazer. And Garrett's going to say, hey, he got his feet in, and the tag was up high.
Yes, Miguel had to reach up a little bit for the throw, and by then Kuzminoff comes sliding in, and it looked like his feet may have been by, but you have to see how far up the line Miguel was when he put the tag on him, because I think he tagged him somewhere above the belt, but if he's up in front of home plate, he may not have been able to reach it. So it was a close play. Take a look at it. Adam comes over, fields it, gets off the throw quickly.
Oof, catch a break.
Here's another look. See if you can see where his foot is by the time he tags him up around the armpit.
Well, maybe he did get it right. The foot, front foot, left foot did miss the plate. It was.
If he did touch it, it was on the far corner away from him. By then, I think Miguel put the tag on it. We'll take another look at it. Watch his foot; it'll skid. His heel will bounce up off the ground before he touches the plate. It's right there on that far corner, and by then, I think Miguel put the tag on it.
Tell you what, Blazer was in excellent position. Excellent position. Beltramo at work. Fine defensive play to keep this a 1-0 Mariner lead. That's close.
It's close.
Derek Barton.
As you mentioned, Blazer was right on top of it. He doesn't get 3 or 4 replays to look at.
Coco Crisp is 7 for 7 in base stealing. Tied with Sam Fuld for the lead in the American League. He's going to go. Be any moment now. Pineda well aware. Big hack. Barton can't get it. I feel a stolen base attempt coming up. Let's see if Miguel can throw him out.
I was wondering if it was going to be the first or second pitch that he took off on.
And right to Jack Wilson. Thrown service, 1-hopper. Good defensive play by the Mariners. Keeps Oakland off the board. It's the Mariners 1-0 with Ichiro coming up. Got time to add on to this here at Safeco Field. Night descending here in Seattle. Good Friday evening. 2-1 and all. As the holiday of Passover continues as well. Wilson, Ichiro, and Figgins 9-1 and 2 here in the home fifth. Jack drove in the only run. A big one too. How about that? A 2-out single in the second inning. Scored Adam Kennedy. Jack's second RBI of his first month. Two young, strong right-handers going after it as we look at Jerry Blevins warming up. Officially now an Oakland series, Mike. Jerry Blevins is about to come in.
Breslow to follow.
Yeah, right. Tom Grieve down in Texas, he says, we never miss Felix. They all seem like every time.
It does seem that way,
right?
doesn't it?
Brad Ziegler will be in a little bit later. 3-1 to Jack Wilson straight away. Not too deep is how they play him. Oh, stinging line drive base hit for Jack Wilson. 2 for 2. Have a big night, big fella.
And a base hit in the hole to drive in a run, and now leading off. Puts it in the same hole over on the left side of the infield. Jack having a nice night. 2 for 2 so far.
Game in motion here. Here comes Ron Romanek again. He is beating a path to his young right-hander. This is his third trip, right?
I think it is his third trip.
Frequent flyer mileage.
Trying to give Blevins a chance to get loose. Tyson Ross has been pitching out the pen. 69 pitches. Bob Garrett.
Hey folks, when you're traveling outside the Northwest this season, do yourself a favor. Take the Mariners with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. Get you every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Ichiro is the hitter. Has not gotten the ball out of the infield yet. He got a swinging bunt in the first inning. And then grounded out to Barton at first. Ichiro last night 0 for 3. Same thing. Didn't get it out of the infield. That's a pass ball off of Suzuki. He should have had that one. Mariners will take it as Jack Wilson goes to second base.
Right off the thumb. Those hurt, by the way.
Yes, they do. Tends to linger.
See a lot of guys with that thumb guard, hard piece of plastic to help them out.
Sing ball, that'll get Wilson to third with 1 out. Ichiro is retired.
Productive out.
Sure was. Fly ball base hit from Figgins here. It'll be 2-0. Figgins too has yet to get it out of the infield. He grounded out to Barton, tried to push bunt his way on into third, and the pitcher Ross threw him out. Infield in close to cut off this run. Going to Figgins. Steal 1. Taking a long look down at Jeff Datz, the third base coach. One. Good pitch right here. 2-1 for Figgins. Runner at third, 1 out. So it gives here 2-1. Make it 3-1. Saunders is on deck.
And that's why Blevins was up. You have Saunders, Cust, and Kennedy, 3 left-handed hitters in a row.
Big gap in right center. 3-1 pitch to Figgins. Down low, ball 4. Fourth walk issued by Ross. Runners at first and third. Pitching change coming up. Blevins will come in to face Michael Saunders. As Bob Guerin coming out to get his young right-hander Tyson Ross. 1-0 Mariners.
To it. Hi, friends. Angie Mentink here at the Northwest Ford Sports Desk. The Sounders FC in Colorado taking on the Rapids. You think they're happy to have Freddie Montero back? You better believe it. Zamora Rosales gets it into Montero at the top of the box, and he hammers it in for his first goal of the season. Sounders up 1-0. If you're squeamish, please look away. Terrible sight for Sounder fans. Brian Mullen with a vicious slide tackle into Steve Zakawani. It's a red card, but unfortunately Zakawani has broken his leg. He's probably going to be out for the season. The Sounders end up winning, Dave and Mike, but unfortunately they lose Steve Zakawani in the process. Back up to you guys.
That's not good. Here's an opportunity for Michael Saunders. 1 out, runners at the corners. And they take on, as he takes on Jerry Blevins.
He's moved the middle of their infield back for the double play.
Way outside, acrobatic stop by Kurt Suzuki. Saunders in his first at bat, the third, grounded out the second, took over in the top of the third for Milton Bradley, who had to leave the game with lower back spasms. Got another 2 lefties to follow Saunders, Cust, and Kennedy. Two-0 to Saunders. 3-0. Pitch. 4-pitch walk loads him up. How about this? Jack Cust. What's going through his mind right now is with his struggles. It's a huge opportunity for Big Jack.
Always interesting. Blevins has watched Jack do his work for what, the last 4 or 5 years, and Jack the same. Figure each other out, but right now Blevins just needs to figure out how he can throw a strike. Jack probably the most patient hitter on the club.
Club leader with 13 walks. In tight, ball 1. Huge opportunity for the Mariners to break this thing open here in the 5th. 1-0 to Jack. Ground ball foul.
Purpose pitch. Fastball inside, comes back with a slow slider. Jack out in front of it.
Last time Jack Cust went yard was as a member of the A's on the next to last day of last season. This was last home run. He's got an acrobatic and sliding catcher back there, because Blevins would really be in trouble. Deeper than he is now. One pitch to Cust with the bases loaded, 1 out. 3-1. What's he sitting here? He's seen a few pitches now.
No reason to get off the fastball. He's struggling right now. He has to throw a strike. There's nowhere to put him. A few fastballs that he's thrown, he's wanted to throw them inside.
Three-1 to Cust. And he walked him, an RBI for Jack, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. 14th time Cust has walked. Mariners got to lead the universe in bases loaded walks this month.
Bob Guerin making another trip out to the mound.
I'm sure he's real pleased right now. He's going to make a change. And it's going to go to Brad Ziegler. And he may or may not come in when we come back.
Feel okay? Yes. Can you throw a strike? Okay, here we go.
Please?
Yeah.
Adam Kennedy. He's been the offense last couple of days for the Mariners. Bases loaded. Strike 1. Biggins at third, Saunders at second, Cust at first. 1 out, a run in. 6th hitter for the Mariners here in the 5th inning. One to Adam Kennedy. Michael Pineda taking it all in. He's given up no runs on 3 hits. 2 Salami's career for Kennedy. The 1-1 breaking ball, slow breaking.
Adam started to attack it. You can see it was inside. I think he thought that pitch was going to leak out over the middle of the plate.
pitch at 1-2. The bases loaded, 1 out. Breaking ball back up the middle. That'll get Figgins in. Saunders coming around. He'll score. Going to third. His cuss is going to be close. He's in safely. Adam Kennedy for the 3rd day in a row comes up large for the Mariners, who lead it 4-0 here in the 5th inning.
Adam gets another breaking ball. And this time this one ends up out over the plate where he wanted it. Hits it hard back up the middle as Bob Guerin comes back out. But this pitch is out over the plate. He just serves it right back up the middle to drive in a couple of runs. Take a look at Jack Cuss sliding into third.
Everybody talks about Adam Kennedy being a pro's pro, and that he has shown in these last 3 days and for the entire first 20 games of this season. Brad Ziegler now coming in. It's 4-0 Mariners. At 4-0 against the Athletics, and this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Turning it into a party here on a Friday night. The Mariners will send Miguel Olivo to the plate. He's the 7th man this inning. Jack Cuss at third, Adam Kennedy at first. Brad Ziegler is the 3rd pitcher for the Athletics. Last time up for Olivo, he hit a ball that jumped off his bat, died in Coco Crisp glove in deep center field.
Tell from Ziegler, submarine pitcher. You don't see many of those anymore. He's below a sidearm pitcher and not overpowering. Big sweeping curveball or slider. You can sink to his fastball. He'll be 84, 85 miles an hour on his fastball.
One and one to Olivo. Still just 1 out, 3 runs in. All 2 strikes for Miguel. Slow breaking ball gets Olivo. That's the 2nd out.
Well, he was don't see many submarine pitchers anymore, but here's a look at Ziegler's delivery. As he'll drop down. Again, not overpowering at all, just relying on movement. Saw that last breaking ball, which is that pitch right there, 71 miles an hour, hand completely underneath it, and that's how he spins it. So it's flat. It takes a lot off of it.
Frisbee-like, right?
Yeah.
Langer hands. So the strike in the outside corner.
Outside.
Runner goes. Langer hand slashes one foul. Pineda has had a very long sit. Got a nice cushion out 4-0. Langerhand's trying to get him some more. 1-2. Eighth man come to the plate here in the 5th inning for Seattle. Kennedy had about a 2-step lead at first. Tops.
Come on, Brad. You're better than that.
Here we go, 1-2. Back door, got him looking. They'll do it for the Mariners in the 5th. They do get 3. Langerhans with reason to beat that call by Corey Blazer. Good inning nonetheless for the Mariners, who lead it 4-0. Of the 6th inning. Take a look at the Mariners calendar. It's being brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Finish up with the Oakland Athletics Saturday and Sunday. Day off, travel day Monday. And a quick trip, 3 to Detroit and first of 2 trips to Boston. We'll be back in Boston again in July, part of the Toronto, New York, Boston. Toronto, Boston, New York road trip, which is the longest road trip of the season. The Mariners get 3 runs on 1 hit, leave 2 in the 5th. Send 8 men to the plate, and Adam Kennedy for the 3rd day in a row comes up big. A 1-out, 2-run single. Now Michael Pineda has given up just 3 hits, no runs on 3 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. Goes to work with a big lead now. De Jesus, Willingham, and Matsui, 3, 4, and 5 to the Athletics. See how that long rest. Pineda had a chance to watch his mates send 8 men to the plate. See how he's affected by that long rest. Fly ball left field for Sunder. Back pedals. 1 out. Make sure you celebrate Mother's Day at Safeco Field on Sunday, May 8th. First 10,000 women receive a great pair of Mariners earrings, courtesy of Trader Joe's. Tickets to see the Mariners host the White Sox on Sunday, May 8th. Visit Mariners.com. The White Sox team can mash with Adam Dunn added to Konerko, Carlos Quentin.
Especially in their ballpark.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
We're talking about Pineda sitting in the dugout for a long time. I think during the summer you wouldn't worry about it too much, but on a cool night, a young arm out there right now, just 85 pitches for him.
Good breaking ball to Willingham. Strike 2. Boy, I look forward to an Adam Dunn Michael Pineda confrontation. 6'7" against 6'8". Some large individuals there, boy.
Dunn can fill up a batter's box, can he?
Saw the highlights a couple of nights ago. He took a nice easy swing and went about 20 rows up in right field. Chicago 2-2. He and Ken Griffey Jr. Adam Dunn, very good teammates, very good friends in Cincinnati. 2-2. Up the middle, Willingham with a 1-out base hit. Willingham, after striking out his first 2 times up, comes up with the Athletics' 4th hit of the night. Hideki Matsui walk and fouled out third base side to Figgins, who made a nice sliding catch in front of the Oakland dugout. Hit hard over the head of Jack Wilson. Ichiro will field. Really stung by Matsui, so 1 out, 2 on here.
That was one of the few balls we've seen squared up against Pineda. Take a look at it. Hit right on the button. Fortunately, it was close enough to where Adam jumping. I know he didn't catch it, but he kept the runner Willingham from trying to go to third. Willingham had to wait over by first base to see if that ball was going to be caught or not.
So first and second, here's Kurt Suzuki, a walk and a base hit tonight for him. Shot a base hit into right field. That was in the 4th inning. Four runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Mariners. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Oakland.
Getting some action out in the Mariners pen. Michael at 90 pitches.
And Carl Willis coming out for a conversation, and it looks like Jimenez is sprinting out to the bullpen as well. That's who it is.
Help the guys out there. Yep. A couple guys up in the pen.
Got Jamie Ray, his last 2 appearances. 2 pitches, 2 outs. See you later. I'm done. Good night. 2 outings. That's impressive.
Big fan.
That's right. A little efficient.
Yes. Very.
Paulie was fabulous the other day. 4 innings of scoreless relief. Had the slider working beautifully. Carl Willis with a couple of quick reminders for Pineda, who's 1 out, 2 on. Big fella, throw a ground ball, get a double play, get out. 2-0.
There you go. 97 in the first, 98 here.
Season high 103 pitches. That's a season high to this point. 2-0. Two balls, one strike. Kurt Suzuki.
Doesn't appear to be somebody that's going to get tired throwing 100 pitches.
That would be answer B, no.
I think for him that's the tough one. You want to protect his arm. He's still a young man.
2-1 pitch. Line drive left field. Saunders has it covered. 2 outs. But coming into today's action, in the early going here in the 2011 season, here's where Michael Pineda ranks among rookie pitchers. That 2.33 ERA is impressive. That 197 batting average against is really eye-opening. That's what he's done tonight. Guys watching in hotel rooms and clubhouses. So this is the guy, huh? Mark Ellis, 2 outs. Strike 1. Pineda in the second walked the first 2 men, then went strikeout, weak ground ball to get out of some trouble. It's the first time, I think they're back in the 5th inning. They had a great play by Adam Kennedy throwing out a runner at the plate. Big help. Folding big time, 0-2.
Well, we've seen this a lot already this year. Slider down and away.
Extra large fastball right here.
Up. See if we can get him chase one above the belt.
Jack Wilson fields, then gets to Ryan. The inning's over. So a couple of base hits, no harm in the 6th. Pineda throws up another 0. It's the Mariners 4-0 over Oakland. Cool night here in Seattle, and all the signs point toward riding Sound Transit and saving a ton of money on gas and parking. Visit soundtransit.org for details. Mariners have a 4-0 lead that'll send Brendan Ryan, Jack Wilson, and Ichiro up here in the 6th inning against Brent Ziegler. Mariners got 3 runs on 1 hit, left 2 in the 5th inning. got a bases loaded walk to Cust. He picked up an RBI, and then Adam Kennedy on a 1-2 pitch singled up the middle. That scored 2 more. Ziegler is the 3rd Oakland pitcher. To Brendan Ryan. And up there warming up is David Percy, size 17 shoes, largest in the history of the Oakland Athletics. By the way, Brendan Ryan, I was talking to him yesterday about Pineda, looking forward to today. Here's a pitch. Baltimore chop, foot race, Barton, Ziegler. Ziegler makes the play as Barton gets knocked down. Ryan said, and Barton, he can take a shot. That one's square on the jaw. Nothing like your own guy trampling it.
A shoulder to the chin.
Brendan Ryan was talking about Pineda. Says, hey, rookie of the year, mark it down.
You know when you find somebody to disagree.
I'm going out on a limb. Right now, pretty relaxed for Carlos Figueroa.
And I think he's finished for the night.
Cold. He's got a 4-0 lead. He's thrown a lot of pitches. There's Jack Wilson. He is having a fine night. 2 for 2, an RBI and a run scored. Two to Jack. Chopper foul. 2-1. What other tricks did you do to stay warm on a night like this? With the temperature, as you get deeper, it's starting to drop.
Well, the tough part is if you're in the field a lot, because once they come in the dugout, they can go up in the tunnel and they'll heat up in a hurry. With those hand warmers in your back pocket, that helps a little bit. But really, you start to run around, you heat your body up, and all of a sudden you're standing around in the field. And a lot of the A's guys were when Ross was on the mound. That makes it tough.
Nice play by Pennington. 2 outs. Top of the order in Ichiro. 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 3 last night. Nothing out of the infield. Ichiro started tonight 0 for his previous 5, so now he's got a base hit. The infield hit the swinging bunt. So 1 hit in his last 8 at bats. That means a hot streak is coming up. Certainly hope so. The 0-1. Foul ball. Mariners get a run in the second on a Jack Wilson RBI. Then Cust, the bases loaded walk. Kennedy, a 2-run single in the 5th inning. And that's where we are right now. Game 2 of a 4-game set. Look out. To Ichiro, 2 out, nobody on. It's by Suzuki. Other developments in this ball game. Lower back spasms took Milton Bradley out of the ball game. after 2 innings. Pineda has been outstanding. Mariners getting some runs inside to Ichiro 2-2. Coming up tomorrow, Jason Vargas against Trevor Cahill. Sunday, Doug Fister against Brett Anderson. Ichiro Looper left field and sits, base hit. So another base hit for Ichiro.
It's an inside out swing pitch, probably middle in, running away from him.
Bob Guerin coming out to make yet another pitching change. Figgins switch hitter is the next batter for the Mariners. So here comes David Percy.
Ago today, Chris Bosio threw a no-hitter for the Mariners. We nearly had another one today. No, not here, although Michael Pineda has been pretty good. But for this one, we have to head to the Marlins game, taking on the Rockies. And Marlins pitcher Anibal Sanchez working on a no-hitter into the 9th. That's when Dexter Fowler knocks it to shallow right field to break up the no-no in Florida. The Marlins win it 4-1. A reminder, college baseball down in Corvallis tonight. 3rd-ranked Oregon State taking on WSU in Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Beavers win that one 7-6. They take this series, but you can watch Game 3 of that 3-game series tomorrow at 2 o'clock right here on Root Sports. Dave?
Angie, thank you very much. David Percy, we saw him in the Toronto series. He was sent from Toronto to Oakland on Monday for Danny Farquhar. David made his Oakland debut against Boston on Wednesday night. 2 shutout innings. You remember in that Monday, April 11th game, that was the game the Mariners were down 7-0. Percy in a third of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs all earned, and 1 walk. Here's Figgins, 2 outs and a runner on.
You mentioned Sean being a switch hitter. Left-handed hitters coming out behind him, but I think mostly it's just put the lefty on the mound and see if they can keep Ichiro close to first.
Percy from the extreme third base side of the rubber. No. Zuno to Figgins for 2 of the walk. Drew back safely. He drew 6 out of 7 in base stealing thus far. Taking all the way, 2-1. play, 2-2.
Percy has a good arm. You've seen him fastball 93 miles an hour. Doesn't look like Ichiro's getting a good read on him when he's coming to home.
Is he retreating every time?
Yeah, I think if he's going to go, he's going to go on first move. He's going to try to guess. He is not picking him up.
2-2, 2 outs to Figgins. Ichiro got a lead by about a step here. And a looper right to Ellis. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They do get a hit. They leave him on there. 6 complete here at Safeco Field. 4-0 Mariners. Pineda's night is done, and a fine night it was. Pineda goes 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. There he is getting Barton. Kuzminoff goes down there. Willingham. So good night. Even after the long inning that the Mariners put up, he was still throwing 96, 97 as we look at our Banner Bank building to the future. The line on Pineda, 97 pitches, 66 for strikes.
I think that 97 pitches that you see, we're going to be in that area for a while here early in the season.
There's David Pauly. Look for the center coming on Langerhans. He's there, 1 out. How about the job Pauly's done in relief? He has been outstanding. Kuzminoff retired.
There you go. Those are the numbers that prove it. An ERA of 1.5. Opponent's average just 108. 12 innings for him. He's done a nice job. 4 innings. It's perfect. The other day, we'll face the minimum anyways. I think 1 batter got on.
Yep. Double play, I think, got him.
Yeah.
32 pitches to cover 4 innings last time out. When it was, he gave up a base hit. The runner, Austin Jackson, was thrown out by Jimenez. That was on Wednesday. And faced the minimum. Good stuff. Pauly said he had the good slider working the other day. Good control of the fastball. It's an 0 for 2. Impressed by Pineda getting out of the jam in the second. He walked the first 2 men, then went strikeout, ground out. Oh, misses there. Then in the 6th inning, 1 out, he gave up consecutive base hits, but then got a line out and a force out to get out of that jam.
See what David Pauly did against the Tigers on Wednesday. 4 innings pitched for him. Nice job. 3-1 pitch. He walks Pennington.
Paulie with the walk.
And we got a pitching change.
Wow, that's just his 5th walk for Paulie in 12 and the 3rd innings. So Eric Wedge coming out to get him. As they go back to the top of the order, Coco Crisp will bring in a lefty to go after Coco.
Kwame Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Sterling Savings Bank. Visit sterlingsavingsbank.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. David Mike.
All right, little kid dancing there in the spotlight. The young thing by the late Michael Jackson. Part of the show that we put on here at Safeco Field. Hey, we believe in entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Aaron Laffey will come on for David Paulie. You see what Laffey has done. 9 innings pitched for him. 7 strikeouts. ERA at 1.
Coco Crisp, a switch hitter. As a right-hand hitter, he is 1 for 20. 0-5-0. Coco tonight 0 for 3. Aaron Laffey, of course, coming over from Cleveland. He played for Eric Wedge. Up high 2-0. Jack Wilson slides, gets the Wilson pirouette, double play, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous inning over. So Laffey does his job. And the Mariners throw another 0 up on the board. Somebody call Lincoln Center. want to audition Messrs. Wilson and Ryan. This was nice. Both of these guys have some panache. Here's Ryan with the pirouette. An on-target throw to complete the double play to end the inning. Beautifully done in the 7th.
Key to that nice soft flip from Jack, so Brendan can do whatever he wants at that point with it.
Put up zeros on the board there. Michael Saunders leading off. 1. Changeup gets him 0-2. Saunders came into the game in the 3rd inning. He replaced Milton Bradley, who had lower back spasms and had to leave after one plate appearance in which he walked. 0-2. Down the line, foul. David Percy, the 4th pitcher used by Bob Guerin. Play Saunders straight away. Moving in. Don't forget, join us tomorrow. We got a 6:10 first pitch tomorrow. Jason Vargas. We have recent hard luck results. Takes on Trevor Cahill. And then Brett Anderson goes against Doug Fister, 110 on Sunday, Easter Sunday. We check. Appeared that he did, and Ed Hickox agrees. Crossfire got him looking. 1 out. Strikeout from Percy, as we mentioned, just picked up on Wednesday in a trade with the Toronto ball club. And Jeff's been here with Toronto last week. I'm sure he's quite aware of the numbers he put up in that game, which he helped lead the Mariners back from a 7-0 deficit. Here's Cost.
A lot of walks in that game.
Was that unbelievable?
It really was.
You know, in baseball, they keep stats on everything. I think the Mariners this year, in bases loaded walks, I don't imagine that category gets filled a lot, but I know the Mariners are the clubhouse leaders right now.
By a large margin already. We saw one tonight.
Yeah. Cust 0 for 2, a walk and an RBI. Two 2-0 to Jack.
They led the major leagues with 6 of them coming into tonight, so now it's 7 bases loaded walks.
Cust with another walk. Back to backers for him. 15 on the season, team leader.
He's been swinging it, right?
He's been, start calling him Pops.
Well, last 3 games, 500, couple of home runs, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Done a nice job defensively, too.
And you mentioned a couple of times about got a plan. Pro's pro. Champion in 02 with the Angels. I bet these 2 guys are throwing out there the next 2 days, Cahill and Anderson.
Yep.
Couple of good ones.
Yeah, Cahill 2-0 with an ERA of 2.49. Anderson's 1-1, but his ERA is at a 1.63. Mariners miss Gio Gonzalez, which is just fine.
That's true. That might be a first, too.
Yeah.
Gio Gonzalez 2-1 with a 1.80 ERA. Oakland as a club at 2.52. Two and 1 here to Adam Kennedy. 3-1.
Days for a club have been so good pitching wise in their ERA. They've struggled to throw strikes tonight. Even Percy, 19 pitches now, 10 balls, 9 strikes. They've been on the wrong side of that one.
Strike 2 to Kennedy. #1 ERA team in the American League. In fact, #1 in baseball. Padres started tonight at 2.97. So Kennedy's got a 3-2 count. 1 out, Cust at first. The pitch hit hard. Oh, nice play by Barton. Bad throw and a heck of a slide by Cust, and he thinks better of it as he slams on the brakes and gets back. That was an awkward pop-up slide, and I hope Jack's okay. Well, that was a good play by Barton at first base.
Yeah, and you could see by the dirt on Jack's knee, he basically plowed up some dirt, ended up popping up a little bit early and almost stepped over the base. But a nice play by Barton. This ball's hit hard by Kennedy. Steps on the bag. Shortstop Pennington is going to have to put a tag on him, and you can see him slide awkwardly. Take another look at it. Nice play. Ball taking him to the bag. Now it's a tag play. Skips off the grass.
Ooh,
yeah,
that could have really been ugly.
Yeah. Hurt a knee or a groin. He just kind of sticks into the ground.
He's lucky with the right leg. He got the bag.
Yeah.
Miguel Olivo 0 for 3. Line drive center field. Chris, he's there to make the catch. It's twice tonight. He sent a long fly ball to center field in the 4th, and he lines out hard here. To the 8th we go. A 4-0 Mariner lead. Friday, everybody, and it'll be Barton DeJesus in Willingham coming up. And let me tell you about this, our Pizza Hut game recap. How about Michael Pineda in his 4th start, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Adam Kennedy on fire, 5 for his last 11, 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in, and a lot of zeros up on the board posted by Mariner pitching. Good stuff. Here's Aaron Laffey, 3rd pitcher of the night. He came on and threw a ground ball, a double play ground ball in the 7th, and that at High fly ball up the bat of Barton, backing up Ichiro. It has plenty of room. 1 out. One out here in the 8th. Mariner fans, Root Sports Facebook and Twitter pages, they're up and running. We want to connect with you. Find us on Facebook at Root Sports NW and follow us on Twitter at Root Sports_NW. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, the Root Sports crew on hand here. A couple more days in town, and then quick 6-game road trip to Detroit and Boston, and then back to the happy confines of Safeco Field. Jesus looks at a strike. And the Mariners come home. Get the first look here in Seattle at the Texas Rangers. Second time face the Rangers. And Chicago White Sox are in. Then the schedule maker says, hey, take this. Go back east again to Baltimore and Cleveland. Two to De Jesus. 1 for 3 tonight. So Jamie 1 pitch right. Last 2 outings, 1 pitch, inning over. Worked up a heck of a lather. Get those 1 pitches in. Quick outings. Down the line, foul. Van had it, lost it, trying to retrieve. He got it. Two and two. Justin Smoke will be returning to the ball club on Tuesday in Detroit. He's on bereavement leave, and again, our thoughts and prayers and condolences to Justin and his family and the passing of his dad Keith. Line drive, Figgy got it. 2 outs.
Thought maybe the speed of it fooled him a little bit, but he was able to hang in there and make the grab. The tweener thought about leaving his feet, I think. Takes off, almost left him. Yep, right in between it. Nice play.
Had to smile on that one. 2 outs. Here's Willingham. Base hit the center against Pineda. 1 out in the 6th. 1 for 3. Laffey comes in, he throws some strikes. It's good to work.
I think that's been the key for the guys out there. Same thing with David Pauly. Saw Jamie Wright in the pen getting loose. He's not messing around. Coming in and throwing a heavy sinker.
Right-hander murder on our hands, right?
Yes.
Ryan. Quick release. Got him by a half a step. Willingham hustling down the line. Another fine play by Brendan Ryan. As advertised from his days in St. Louis. Some fine defense here this evening for the Mariners, who lead it 4-0. Cam. Great freezes tonight. Derek Martin, like, what happened? Everybody get the number on that truck. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ryan Langerhans, a walk, and a strikeout looking. We'll lead off here in the 8th inning. Ryan to follow with Wilson after him, 7, 8, 9 against Craig Breslow.
Breslow's numbers struggling early in the season, 7.20 ERA. Just 5 innings pitched for him. A couple of strikeouts. Opponent's average 400.
Fifth pitcher used by Bob Guerin. Eric Wedge still working the beard, rocking it hard. One to Langerhans. Continues to reign as the Mariner home run leader to the moment with 3. Back up the middle, he got a base hit. He'll feel a heck of a lot better after striking out looking his last time up. A 2-1 pitch, and he singles through the box.
He gets a fastball away from him. Down and away. Nice piece of hitting to stay with that, not roll over on it and hit it to the second baseman.
Here's Ryan. 0 for 3. 17,798. Runner goes. Langerhans is going to first motion, and he is out. 1-3-6.
Going on the first movement. Picked off, keep running. You might sneak in there. Pennington almost had to tackle him. Throws a little bit wide, so he had to dive back to make the tag.
Strike 1 to Ryan. One and one. Ninth inning. The Athletics will have Matsui, Suzuki, and Ellis 5, 6, and 7 coming up in this 4-0 lead. And I'll be going against Jamie Wright. If he comes in and throws 3 pitches and gets the side out, and he flipped out here. The last 2 outings, he's throwing 1 pitch inning over.
I'll be pleased. Throwing that heavy sinker, make him hit it on the ground and get out of there. Why not?
That'll be something. He's on a heck of a roll.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Strike 2. Ryan didn't like it. Two. Pitching so important to both of these ball clubs, which are not big hitting ball clubs by any stretch. Oakland's 9th, the Mariners are last in the American League in batting average. ERA. Oakland Ball Club #1 in baseball. Mariners are 11th in the AL. Boston 4-2 at the Angels tonight. That's in the bottom of the 8th. One other game going on besides that one. Giants trailing at home to Atlanta 4-1. The 2-2. Struck him out. Nice breaking ball by Breslow. His first strikeout. 2 outs here in the 8th, and they'll bring up Jack Wilson.
Jack's had a good night. A couple of hits, 2 for 3 in the game. Has an RBI, has scored a run. Started a nice looking double play.
Yeah, that was in the 7th. That was really well done. The thing I like, we like RBIs in general, but particularly and even more particularly with the Mariners, a 2-out RBI. That's what Jack picked up in the 2nd inning. One. Popped up, and coming in is Coco Crisp. To the 9th we go. Mariners holding a 4-0 lead. Jamie Wright will take over. He'll face Matsui, Suzuki, and Ellis. How good has he been? Tell us, sir.
One pitch. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep that up all. You know what? I mean, I'm a good person. Please and thank you all the time. I deserve a whole season of one-pitch outings, to be honest. After all these years.
Are you even bothering to warm up anymore? I mean, if you just have to throw one pitch.
I help old ladies across the street and unload groceries and help them out. I really do. I deserve a whole season of one-pitch outings.
Jamie will be appearing at the Chuckle Hut coming up next week. That's very good.
I don't think he takes himself too seriously. What do you think?
I love it.
That was great.
Outstanding. Jamie's grip. His warm-ups.
Another breaking ball. You see that middle finger applying the pressure, the index finger off the ball. Get it to the outside, get it spinning.
Jamie Wright against Matsui, Suzuki, and Ellis.
Well, there is number 7 2/3 is not giving up an earned run. Opponent's average 0.87.
Coming off the bat, the heavy sinker, what's it feel like?
Depends. Some of them on a cold night, especially, it almost feels like it's knocking your bat back when you hit it. Just feels real heavy. I mean, a lot of times, guys, especially on a four-seam fastball, if you catch it right, it jumps off your bat. Those heavy sinkers, that's why they put them on the ground. The movement of it is tough.
Does it feel like you're hitting a shot put?
I always thought it was more like a bowling ball, but
strike three call. Matsui on the backdoor breaking ball, 1 out. Not a good feeling.
No.
Suzuki lined out to left his last time. He's 1 for 2 with a walk.
Dave, would you like a David Archman update?
What do you got?
1 inning pitch tonight. Gave up 1 hit through 15 pitches. No runs.
I like it.
Yeah, nice outing for him.
He was pretty excited. What's today? Friday night. I guess it was Wednesday. Talking to the media after a workout, after an outing down at Tacoma. Suzuki gets broken bat base hit. Tell you what, you get Ardsma back to his form. He had League's 4 for 4. Could have a nice setup here. Wright in the 7th, League in the 8th, Ardsma in the 9th. Then Sean Kelly should be back around June 1. That's hope.
What he's shooting for, right?
Yeah. Mark Ellis, 0 for 3.
With that base hit, it looks like Brandon Lee. Start to throw out in the Mariner pen. There's Brandon.
With a strike, 1-1. It's going to drop in. Hanger hands cuts it off. Well, this is pesky, isn't he?
I'll take a look at it. Looks like he gets a 2-seam fastball. That pitch is up in the zone. Solid line drive into center field. Miguel Olivo going to go out to the mound, give Brandon Lee a chance to heat up in the pen. Ryan Sweeney comes out on deck. So it looks like he will hit for Kuzminoff.
League picked up the save last night, his 4th and 4 opportunities. Ryan Sweeney will pinch hit. Sweeney started last night in left field and went 0 for 4.
Sweeney hitting .222 on the season, just 18 at bats for him.
Seven hits now for the Athletics. Off-speed pitch misses. Sudo. Jamie Wright battling Ryan Sweeney, born and still lives in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Brain trust. Hoping for a ground ball double play here. 2-0. Now Jamie's lost his feel. It's 3-0. On deck is Cliff Pennington. .30 pitch. Back with a strike.
Brandon League should be ready out in the pen now. Jamie can't retire Sweeney. I don't think there's any doubt that'll be his last hitter.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Now we get some issues. Tying run coming to the plate. Eric Wedge bounces up the steps. He'll come in and make a pitching change. So the first bummer of an outing, if you will, for Jamie Wright. 4-0. They bring in Lee with 1 out and the bases loaded. Brandon League is on now. He's 4 for 4 in save opportunities, and all he does is come in to a 1 out bases loaded situation here in the top of the 9th.
You can see Brandon's numbers, 6 2/3 innings for him, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Opponent's average 222, and it'll be a pinch hitter for the A's. Will be Connor Jackson pinch hitting for Pennington.
Connor Jackson as a pinch hitter thus far, 0 for 2 here in the early season. Suzuki at third, Ellis at second, Sweeney at first. 1 out. Infield at double play depth. Strike 1. All important. Strike 1. low. Mariners get a run in the second, 3 in the fifth. They've made it stand to this point. Both teams with 7 hits, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners. 0-7-0 for the A's. Here's the 1-1 to Jackson. That missed. 2-1. Big pitch coming up.
Brandon's throwing hard. That last pitch looked like it was right at the bottom of the strike zone. Look at all the pitches, catching a piece of it. Last pitch at 96 miles an hour.
Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire. Down to Fagan. They should go around the horn. There's 1, there's 2, there's the ball game. Mariners win it by the final of 4-0 as Brandon Lee goes 5 for 5 in save opportunities, and more importantly, Michael Pineda gets the win. He's 3-1. Big night for Jack Wilson. Couple of hits and an RBI, and Adam Kennedy with 2 more runs batted in.
And some nice defense from the Mariners tonight, which includes this double play ball. The end, the ball comes up a little bit on Figgins. Gets it to Jack, and plenty of time. Strong throw over to first. And how about the Mariners bullpen? They have really done a nice job doing it again tonight, not giving up any runs. Nice way to end it with a nice double play and the bases loaded.
Second double play of the evening for the Mariners. Boy, was that well timed and well executed. Just what the ball club needed. This game, 3 hours and 4 minutes, a market count.